Can y'all believe what's going on right now in our world?
I can't. What's up, guys? It's Christian here, and I just want to talk to you all a little bit about everything that's going on in the world right now. All the craziness, all the excitement, all the commotion. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. But if you've done any research, heck, you don't even have to do that. If you've turned on the TV, looked on your phone, you've seen that everything is falling apart. The economy is gearing up to be at one of its worst positions that it's ever been at, and stock market's dropped. Everybody's got this sickness going on that's going around, and I don't mean to take that lightly. It's crazy. But the thing that's striking me the most is the economy. Let's look at our industries, our businesses. Every time I look on Facebook, look on a news app, another business is shut down, closed its doors, people are losing their jobs. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, but I want to help give the advice to make sure that you're in the right place financially with your personal finance, and that you can take control of your situation now before it gets to a bad place. So let's get right into it. First thing you need to do, create a budget. That's what everybody says. If you don't have a budget, you need one, and you need one now. It can be very simple. You can take the Dave Ramsey style of the envelopes, or you can create your own on a spreadsheet or an app, but it's something that you have to have. If you don't know how much you're spending, how much money's going out versus how much you're bringing in from your job, then you're going to be overextending yourself using credit, using loans, debt, everything that you don't want, especially right now. So with this first step, let's talk about how to get on top of this financial crisis and stay on top. So let's get right into it. So your budget can be simple, it can be complex, it can be whatever you want as long as you have one. Dave Ramsey is a big advocate of using cash. If you're a person that uses cash, then take some envelopes, write down every category, your monthly expenses, your utilities, your mortgage, your insurance, your groceries, or food, whatever you might need, or whatever you know you need, whatever you spend in that month. Go ahead and mark that down on an envelope. Put the cash in there that you spend, and just save that away. Every time you make a purchase, take the money out of that envelope for that category, and once you're out of money, then that's it. So it can be as simple as the cash method, or if you use credit, debit, any other forms of money for your purchases, then you might want to get a little more in depth on it. Use a spreadsheet, create an Excel spreadsheet. There's a lot of templates already there that you can have and use for free, or use an app. There's numerous apps on your smartphone. My favorite one that I use is EveryDollar. It's a app put out by Dave Ramsey and his organization, but it's a real easy tool to keep track of what you've got coming in and out, and it shows that real simply to you. So once you figure out which method you're going to go with for your budget, you need to sit down and really put some thought and work into it to decide exactly what you need, especially in times of crisis like this. You need to really try to save as much as possible. Cut out all your discretionary, all the extra spending that you might not need to use right now, and really focus on keeping yourself and your family safe and financially stable in a time like this. And so really put some thought into it. Get your necessities, break it up into categories. Get your necessities, your mortgage, your utilities, your insurance, your rent, your gas for your vehicle, your food, whatever necessities you need around the house. If you got little kids, diaper, formula, all that stuff. Get that figured up. Make a list of every item, and then put a value to that. Look back over the past 3, 4, 6 months to a year on what you spent on each of those items, and take a good average to write down, and that's going to be your budget for that amount. And then you can break up your other items, your discretionary items. You're going out to eat, drinks out with friends, going to a movie, going to this or that, whatever it might be. Write those items down in the same. Look back over the past 6 months to a year. Create an average of all your spending from that time and mark that as your amount for that line item. And then once you're going to do that, you're going to build it all together. And my recommendation, again, not an expert, but just my thoughts, the way I'm handling the situation, only focus on the necessities. Get your necessities on track and make sure you've got enough for those items. And so after you build your budget, you're going to go through, build all those items with the expenses, and you're also going to input on top your income. What are you making from your job, your salary, your wages, whatever type of money you have coming in, mark that down there so you can keep track of that as well. And after you do that, you take your expenses and subtract it from your income, and that's going to tell you what you have left over. And that's the whole idea of a budget. You know what you have coming in versus what you have going out, what you have left over, whether it be business, personal finance, whatever it might be. That's your profit. That's yours to put in the bank, save for a rainy day. In this instance, save it for the downturn in the economy when you might need it. And so after you've got those items, look back through your budget and cut out any extra spending you can. If you don't need to go to the movies right now, then cut that out. If you can cook at home and save some money then versus going out to eat, then do that. You don't need to go to Starbucks, get your $4 coffee when you can make one at home for less than $1. That might be harsh, and for some people that might be what they need right now, and that's up to each individual person. But save as much as you can. That's my only advice to you right now. Put it into a savings account, keep some in cash, put the rest into a high yield savings account, whether it be Discover, Ally Bank, any of those sort of things that can draw a little bit of interest on top of that savings. You never know when you might need it or what you might need, and it's best to always be prepared for a rainy day. And that's all we can do right now. That's my whole plan, is cut out everything extra personally that I don't need to spend money on, and put that away and save it just in case something was to happen in my job. Fortunately, in my industry, my job, we have not cut back yet and haven't needed to, and so everything right now looks good on my end. But I know some aren't that fortunate and lucky, and you need to be prepared for those situations. And so you've got your budget and you got it all lined out. Next, you need to involve your family into and explain that budget to them. Your wife, your kids, whoever might be spending money in your household, then everybody needs to be on the same page and on board with that. I know for myself, I've always taken care of the money, taken care of the finances for me. And once I got married, met my wife and got married, I kept on doing that, and I was not good at explaining to her, this is what we have, this is what we can spend in each category, and that's it. And so that my lack of explanation and clarity to her on our budget ended up leading to a lot of fights early on in our marriage. And so there's just a little bit of personal advice, a little tip to keep in mind for that. But get everybody on board. Work through your budget with each person who needs to hear it, whoever's spending money, making money, or household. Work through in that way everybody knows what's going on. Everybody can stay on the same page, and it'll alleviate a lot of back and forth bickering or whatever it might be in your situation. And so get your budget, look back, put some thought into it, create a good working budget, and then share that and get everybody on board with it, and try to save as much as you can. You've still got to have fun. Put a little bit extra in there to have fun with. Go out and do something. And of course, at this time and age, as I'm filming this, there's not a whole lot of extra stuff you can do, since in my area at least, all the restaurants, bars, movie theaters, every public place that doesn't need to be open is currently shut down out of precautions. But it's a great time to save money as well. You don't have to go out and do that stuff. You can go for a hike, go for a bike ride, go out on the lake, do some things outdoors that don't cost extra money, and then save. I can't stress that enough right now. If you're able to, if you've already hit that situation and unfortunately you've been let go or laid off from your job, then the budget's still an important thing. You need to know what you've got coming in currently versus what expenses you have, and also including your savings into that, whatever savings you have, and how long can you make that savings last for your expenses, and then cut back to just the bare necessities, and that's all you can do. And speaking of savings, I'll touch on this on a later video, but you ideally want to have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in your savings. That way, if something does happen and you need to live off of just your savings, you can make it for that amount of time. And any more you can put into that right now, I feel would be an excellent idea. And so, hope this helped. Hope that you all got something out of this. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions, and I'll do my best to get through those and answer those for you. And again, please don't take what I say as law. It has to be that way, because I'm not an expert by any means. It's just something, finances are something I've always been on top of. I've done a lot of work into and researched and spend a lot of time doing that in my day job as well. And so I'm not an expert, but I know what's worked for me and my family, and so hopefully I can share some of those tips with you all, and strategies that I've used to make the most out of your finances. And so thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. Leave a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time.